Okay, I set up and I dialed in the hole we did on the forejaw. Then I moved over 448 thousandths. That's the center line of the valve hole. Drilled the hole at 177. Now I got a 3/16 reamer. And I'm gonna have to drop my knee down. And I'll shift into low and get some oil, some lubricant. Get some lubricant on that reamer. And we'll ream that hole. Taking it easy through there, I want a nice hole. Now what I'll do is I'll take and keep this side to the back, flip it up, and then drill the 1/4" hole in the center, all the way, not all the way through, up to the 3/16 hole here. So, taking take that out of there. Like I say, keep this side to the back. I should mark that. Let's see if I can scratch I scratched an X in it, so that goes to the back. That way we won't get confused. Clean that out. I've got a chip in there somewhere. That's better. All right. Put that in there like that. Now what we'll do is we'll swing in the center of that block this way now. And that's where the 1/4" air hole will go. So get indicator out again. I think I'll take the chuck out of there. Give myself some more room. Give myself a little more room. All right. Put my indicator on. Try to get it so that it's running on center. The ball. It's just to get me close. That way I can come down and just eyeball close to the center. Or try to eyeball it center, close to center. Now why I'm not going to move it? Because Y is set on center line. That's why we want to keep that to the back. Right in there somewhere. So what we'll do is come over here. Bring our indicator down. Oop. Turn my quill stop down a little bit. Still crappy outside. So continuing where I left off. And now what we do is we just swing it back and forth and set the 0 on the low spot. Right there. And we'll swing around. over here, and I can see we're way off. Gotta move that way. All right, so now I moved it over some, so we'll come down on this side. Do the same thing here until we get it close. And what we do is we just swing back and forth. See, right there's the low spot right there. Zero it. Yep, that's good. And we're on the other side. Come down, see where we're at. Okay, we're about 13 thou off, so we gotta go 6.5 right there. 0. And this side should be 0 also. And swing it back and forth. And it's 0. Now I'm going to 0 my X out. And we are ready. We are ready to drill. Now, I'm drilling a 1/4 inch hole in there, and I don't know if I want to go that big. I'm not sure. Or do I want to stay with a 3/16? I'm thinking to stay with a 3/16. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a 3/16. I'm going to do a 177 again, and then ream it. Because I do want to put tube into that. Been a few days since I've uploaded a video, so I need to get busy and upload some of this. We only want to go to intersect that 3/16 hole that we just drilled and reamed. And now if I can find my reamer back. And ream that hole. And we'll go low. Now, the ones that go all the way through into the cylinder are 500 thou over from that. This way, 500 this way, and 500 that way. So we will crank her over 500. Right there. And this goes all the way through. I'm not sure if I got room. I know it's going to come close to the edge. Oh yeah. Goes all the way through into the cylinder. That's our port. Either on one end of the piston or the other end. And we'll shift in low. And the reason I'm reaming this, I only need to ream the top part is because it's going to get a plug pressed into it. I don't need to go all the way through into the cylinder. I only need to go into the valve slide hole. All right, now we'll go 500 the other way. Oop, went beyond 500 here. There we go. Shifting high. I could have drilled those smaller, I guess. Oh well, they'll be all right. All right. Okay, put this stuff away. So I don't lose them. You can take that out and give that a little shot of air. Might have to go in and clean up the bore on the inside, but that's okay. And then we'll end up pressing a couple pins in. But we're ready now to make a mandrel for this, to put it on, and then oh no, we're not. We got this cut across here to do yet. So don't want to put myself into a position where I can't get at it. So now we need this taller parallel. Right. This in here. And what did I say? We had to come over 100 thou, I believe. And we wanted a radius. I want to put a tool in with a radius on that, so that basically we want a tool to come in here, and we want to come in and go about like that. Actually, come down right to that, blend right to that diameter that we have here. A tool with a probably about a 60 thou radius. So let's see if I can find a tool. Okay, well, I'm going to look for a tool for that, and with a 60 thou radius. And when I get it all set up and ready to go, I will be back. So I gotta go do some cutter hunting. I'll be back. Okay, I set up, I got a 2 flute end mill in there, and it's got about a 60 thou radius. And what I did was I touched off on the back side. I'm not down as far as I want to be yet, but I touched off so I can get in 100 thou. I'll probably take 50 at a time, being it's only a 2 fluter. So let's try 50. Crank her in 50 thou. We'll see how it goes. There's a lot of blend to this diameter here, as far as up and down. So I want to get to the full depth first. Don't sound too bad. See, I can bring the knee up quite a bit. I'm going to bring the knee up. I'm going to bring the knee up some. Like I say, I want to blend that radius into this diameter. Go back across it there. This is still set at 50 on the y-axis. We'll see. Crank her in at another 50 to 100. Right there. Yeah, I think I went up too far. It's pretty close right there. One thing I don't like about this camera, there's no light in the front so that I can see that it's actually on. There's a light in the back blinking, but that don't help me in the front. I wish there was an indicator in the front, because I don't know when the battery goes dead or the card is full, or you know, I get done and I go to turn the camera off and it's already turned off. So, and I wonder why it turned off. Alright. Shut that off. I'm going to get the small back over here. What I should do is get those magnets for this light. Pretty cool outside, so it's only in the mid-30s, so a little cool for me. Back in the day that wouldn't have been cool for me, but back when I was skiing, they don't no longer do that. Alright, so there's one side done on it. So now we'll just flip it around and do the same thing on the other side. This blend, it's within, I'd say, 5 to 10 thou of that diameter, so. Okay, and I don't think I'm going to try taking it all at once. So I'm going to crank it back to 70. I'm gonna leave 30 thou for a finish pass. If I had a 4 foot in there, I would take the whole thing. It'd only be in a 2 footer. Then we'll make aluminum plugs to plug those 2 outside holes up on the top. I'll do that. Some 3/16 aluminum material and masher in there, like a rivet. Take a 30 thou. Okay, that should do it. I think I'm gonna have to dump my little vacuum cleaner to suck and oops. Tip you over just about. As it gets full, it doesn't. The truck power just goes down. It doesn't quite tip it up. Picked up my pencil though. Picked up my magic marker real nicely. Alright. So that's that. So now I'm going to go ahead and make some 3/16 plugs for that. What I'll do is I'll stick a 3/16 drill blank through this, put the plug in there and mash it down, and then file it off or whatever to get her smooth, and then knock the pin out, and it should be ready to go then. Then I'll have to get on the lathe and make myself a mandrel, and then we'll come back and we'll cut this radius on here around it. So I'm going to cut away here. Whoop, geez. Oh, you're not even looking at it because it bumped you. Sorry about that, but anyway, here it is. Let's see if I can focus on it. And like I say, I'll come back now. I'll go on the lathe, make a mandrel for this, and then put this radius on. For the 2 outside holes, I'll take some aluminum and I'll put a pin through where it belongs in this hole, and then I'll take some short pieces and mash her down in there, basically a rivet, and clean it off, and then knock the pin out. Maybe have to run a reamer through or whatever to clean her up smooth again, and it'll be ready to go. Then this part will be done. So that's where I'm at. I'm gonna go cut away and take the forge off of the lathe here. Put if I see call it, I'm gonna set you up here so you can kind of watch over my shoulder, I hope. Anyway, well, you won't be over my shoulder, will you? Not unless I think if you're up all the way already. Well, you'll get to see whatever you get to see, I guess. I'll move this out of the way, carriage out of the way, take my accidental drop board, in case I accidentally drop the 4-jaw. Loosen up the pin. Loosen up that pin. It's got 3 pins that lock it on. Alright. Put that down in the cabinet underneath. Get out of the way. And we'll just wipe the inside out real good here. We want to wipe this inside out real good. Make sure there is no chips or anything in there, because that's where the adapter goes in, into that taper. And wipe that. Make sure there's nothing on it. Get it on here. And just give it a light wrap. Now it's locked in. Alright. Collet tube is up above. Slide that in back here. And an orange. Basically 2 screws hold this, 2 set screws hold this unit on in the back, the handle, the tightening handle. It's just got 2 set screws with that got dog pins, or I don't know, is that called a full dog instead of a half dog? I'm not sure. Anyway, it's a set screw with a pin on the end of it, and that pin goes into the bearing mount on the end of the tube. It pulls the tube back and forth. Alright, so it's ready. Aluminum pins first. Let's see what I got for material here. I could make brass pins, but they'll stand out too much. I want something that won't stand out. Alright, got some, just happen to have a piece of 1/4 inch stock. Come on. Gotta find the drive pin. More. There we go. Too tight. Too tight. There we go. And put this up here. Lose it. I'm going to move you over to the side a little bit. Otherwise, I'll be standing in the way the whole time. Let's move you over here. Oop. Hit the machine here. I don't know what you're looking at. I don't know what you're looking at. I gotta pull the viewfinder out. Alright. Back you up a little bit. There we go. So, we want a 3/16 pin, and they don't have to be very long. Let's get a scale here. About 150, 175 thou long is all they need to be. So, I got all these tools laying here. Here we go. And we want to go, I haven't had lathe running, so I'm gonna go with a low range or a low RPM here first. So I'm gonna go with 200 RPM and and that'll circulate the oil in the gears. I don't know if it's necessary, but I do it. It doesn't take a lot of effort to do that. And that way I know the gear oil is on all the gears. Maybe it's just me being a little overcautious, I don't know. Good. Now we'll kick her up to 1400. And then we'll turn a 3/16 diameter on that. Ooh. We're in single point. I don't want to be in any gear there. Okay. Oh, I didn't have the single point pulled all the way up the handle. And that locked out the other handle. Turning up for a couple of them, a couple plugs. And let's see where we're at. We are at 235. And now we are at 205. 85. About 18 thousandths to go. 10, 14, 16. We'll go 16. With 16. We are at 89. 2000.